So I said before that I might do a vlog on the eclipse day, and I did, sort of. So this is me waking up around 6 a.m., I think, and then immediately turning to go onto my phone and scroll through Twitter. I watched some streams and stuff like that, generally just to rot in bed while on my phone. I like to give myself about an hour, 2 hours if I'm really feeling it, to just kind of do nothing and like let my body kind of wake up, whether it's watching things, playing games, whatever. I then have another alarm go off, and that tells me that I need to actually really get up. So that's me getting out of bed finally and making my bed so I don't get back in. I find that making my bed really solidifies that I'm not going to crawl back in there after I've already gotten up, because I will do that sometimes if I don't make my bed. A little pillow. Get some water, wave to the camera. Feel a little silly while doing it. This is me grabbing my container for my future Eclipse water. It's just a bottle. Taking that to the kitchen, waving. That's me filling my bottle with water to be placed on the windowsill during the eclipse. I had some other moon water in there, but I wanted to get rid of it and just put some new stuff in. So, I don't know what I was doing there. Waving. I put a little too much, so I had to pour it out. Closing the lid. I'm looking that close because I can't see. I'm blind. I don't have contacts or anything in. That's me holding the bottle to my chest and just setting some intentions for what I wanted for the water. And then I placed it on the windowsill. Yep. That was probably the best place. It's where the sun and the moon usually are. That's just me showing how bright it was outside before the eclipse started, just to see if you would see any changes or not when I filmed it later, because again, I wasn't going to look directly at the sun for the eclipse. I didn't want to lose my eyesight. It was already pretty bad. So then I went to the bathroom to put my contacts in because I was blind before all of this. Like, truly, my eyesight is so bad. I can barely see. Like, my hand looks blurry if it's in front of my face past like 5 inches if I don't have contacts or glasses. Yeah, it's really bad. Cleaning. I'm very diligent about cleaning them. I wasn't when I first got them. No, I was when I first got them, got lazy around middle school, high school, and then got diligent again because they started to really dry my eyes out if I didn't actually take care of them. So make sure you take care of your eyes. Then I brushed my teeth, as one does in the morning. I use a kid's electric toothbrush because it was cheaper, and also I think I kind of have a small mouth, so, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. That's me getting ready for my workout. I stretched before my workout. This isn't like all of the stretching because that's really boring to watch. Even this is at like 5 times the speed, and even I put all of it in at first and I was like, this is so boring. No one wants to watch this. So yeah, I watched a stream while I was doing all of this as well. You can kind of see on my phone like the video and the chat. It's a Twitch stream I was watching, just to kind of keep me company while I'm starting my morning, doing what I gotta do. Just stretching, yawning because I'm tired. Yeah. And then I did some jumping jacks. I didn't want to record that. And then I used my stepper. That's what this is, for about 10 minutes or so. Again, while watching a stream. So if I'm laughing and looking at something else, that's why. And you can kind of see my workout, part of my workout in the back. I wrote it on my mirror with like an expo marker. Yeah, I just do just some basic stuff. And then I did some ab stuff. I don't really know what you would call it. And then I stretched some more. Stretching is really important. I'm a little bit older now, and so I just always make sure I stretch every single morning. I try to stretch every single morning, even if I'm not working out. And then when I work out, I stretch before and after, just to be extra safe, make sure I'm not going to be too sore and I'm not hurting my body in a way that it doesn't need to be hurt. I don't want to not be able to get out of bed the next day. So this is the peak of the eclipse, it looks a little darker. It's kind of hard to tell in the clip, but like it was definitely darker out, and like the shadows were different. Yeah, you can't really tell. I was hoping you could, but it's hard to tell on camera. But in person, it was definitely darker, and I could tell. During the peak, I decided to do some journaling. Wow, it got really dark there. So I just wrote down things that like no longer serve me in life, what I wanted to release, stuff like that. I expressed gratitude for the good things in my life and the things that I know are on their way to me. But mostly it was just about releasing like what I no longer need in my life. I think it's good to journal like that, even if it's not an eclipse, just to do that every once in a while, every couple months or so. I like to do it for the end of the year and the new year. You know, I do a little goodbye, whatever year it was, and then hello, whatever new year it is. Stuff like that. I don't journal every day, but I think that it's nice to do every once in a while at least. And you can look back on them. I think that's fun. I keep a journal. I just kind of write down like what I do during the day. I don't really like go over my feelings or anything like that. It's just so I can have like a record of like, oh, I did things during the year. Because if I don't, then I'm like, wow, I wasted a whole year. What did I even do during the year? But now like the last, I think 2 or 3 years I've done this, I just keep a little record of what I've done. Don't know why I pose for the camera like that. Real sorry. I'm grabbing my migraine medication from the fridge. I have to let it sit. It has to be refrigerated if you're not using it. But right before you're about to use it, you have to take it out so it can warm up to room temperature. And so I have to let it sit out for about 30 minutes. Then I changed. I put a little Sailor Moon shirt on because the eclipse. I just wanted to be kind of cute, so I put a little skirt and Sailor Moon shirt. Just thought it'd be fun. And then it was on to skincare. First, I got to get my hair on my face. I have a lot of it, and it's thick. I just used a clip. I'll either clip it or I'll use a scrunchie and put it up in a bun on my face, but the clip is easier usually. Then I go ahead and remove the really gross pimple patches from the night before that are on my face. Real gross. No one needs to see that. I went to go check to see like how it was looking after I removed it. Then I grabbed my toner. It's Sunjung toner. You can read it on there. It's like a gentler one, I think. And I like to use that after I work out just to kind of get gunk off. I don't really wash my face in the morning unless I like really, really sweat. My like workout, it's more of just getting my body moving. So I don't really sweat when I do it. But I use the toner to clean up a little bit. I like to use the pad thing. I don't really like to use my fingers. Most people use their fingers. I don't know. I just personally don't like that. So yeah. And then I make sure to do places that don't have like acne or anything first, and I use different sides of the pad. So I use one half of the pad for like one half of my face, and then I use the part that I already used on the pimple areas, breakout areas, and then I use the other half of the pad for the other side of my face so I'm not spreading stuff. That's me trying to let the toner absorb a bit and dry a little bit before I'm gonna stick some more pimple patches on because they're looking pretty bad. Yeah, I was having a pretty bad breakout at the time. That was just me showing that while I was doing all of this, I also had a video in Premiere Pro processing. I like to try and do things, like I try and schedule stuff out so that way I'm not just sitting around waiting for a video to process or upload or whatever. So I was doing my skincare and stuff and journaling and all of that while my video was processing in Premiere. They take a long time because it's like an HD video and I have a laptop, so it takes forever for that stuff to like finish exporting and all that. That's me. I dropped my phone again, still watching a stream, and this is me using toner pads now from MediHeal. They're I think that's called like Water Mead or something, or Water Mide. They're like really hydrating ones. It's like a light purplish blue container. I cut them in half so that I can put them in more spots on my face. I just do triangles, and then if you want, you can cut them in whatever shapes you want, to be honest, and just fit them all on your face wherever they need to go. So I like to do my forehead and my cheeks and then my chin if I use 2 toner pads. I really love them. I let them sit for a little bit, kind of like a face mask, and then I rub it all over whatever excess is left. And then I pat that in. But I've been really loving these MediHeal toner pads. I bought a few other ones with different stuff in them for like helping breakouts, helping redness. I got like a collagen one, so yep, me patting it in. But yeah, I really love it. So if you haven't tried it, I think it's safe to try, and it's pretty gentle from what I can tell, so that's cool. Then I go ahead and put my moisturizer on, which I already showed is also the Sunjung brand. It's simple and it doesn't really seem to clog my pores, which was a really big problem for me before. So I like to use this one a lot. Just, all over. Not too much. You don't, I feel like if you put too much, it's going to clog your pores no matter what. But, just enough to kind of cover everywhere and make sure that I feel kind of moisturized and all good to go. Gotta get the neck. You don't want to forget the neck. I used to forget the neck. I don't anymore. And then I would go ahead and do some sunscreen. This is the Scintilla. I think it's called Skin 1004 one. I don't know. I got it for free at a booth at KCON. And it's nice. That was just me showing off all my supplies for my injection that I have to do later. So it was cotton pads, a little alcohol pad wipe thing, and then my Sharps container. Because I like to let the moisturizer sink in a little bit before I put the sunscreen on, even if it's only a few minutes. So I went and grabbed all that stuff while I was waiting for that to kind of absorb a bit more. And then I went ahead and put my sunscreen on. Make sure you put sunscreen on every day, y'all. Put sunscreen on every day. Your skin will thank you. It's so important. I have bad rosacea and redness, so it helps, I think. I think I look pretty good. Don't forget the neck. Make sure you do the neck as well. Then I just brushed out my hair. I was just going to brush it and put some little clips in and try and kind of do a little twin, half up twin tails, Sailor Moon-esque thing. I ended up changing it later in the day because I thought of another way to do it that was cuter, but this is what I went with initially. That's my alarm letting me know that it was time for me to do my injection because a half hour had passed, but wanted to finish up my hair before I did all of that. Then I settled in. First, I clean the area. I do my tummy. I used to do my thigh, but since I got the auto injector, I've been doing my tummy. You clean the area with an alcohol wipe and then go ahead and I make sure everything else is ready. My Band-Aid, cotton ball, everything's ready to go for after. I go ahead and just uncap it and then I stick it in. I've got the auto injector now, but when I was first starting out, I didn't have an auto injector. I literally had to just push it in myself. It was bad. I hate needles, so it's not fun. That's me singing. I sing to distract myself when I do it. Today was New Jeans ETA. It has to go in. It plunges it automatically. It's an auto injector, and then you have to wait 10 seconds after you hear another click. And it's done. That was me. It hurt a little bit. I put a little cotton ball on to make sure I wasn't bleeding or anything. Threw a Band-Aid on top. And then I was all good to go. But yeah, I used to do my thigh because it was easier when I had to actually inject it myself. I couldn't imagine doing that to my stomach now. But since I've had the auto injector for a while, I just stuck to my tummy. Then I went to the kitchen because it was time to make lunch. So I went ahead and put a pot on the table on the stove so I could boil some water. And I put the dishes away because that's kind of my job in the house is I put the dishes away. I do my own dishes sometimes, but usually my mom ends up doing the dishes and I end up just putting them away or drying them. Yeah, and then I grabbed a mug because I was going to get some instant coffee because I was still tired because I woke up earlier than I thought I was going to that day. I'm normally waking up at 7, but I woke up at 6 that day because I just knew I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to get done. I also had some vitamin C lemon cognac jelly. It's good. I don't really know what cognac is, to be honest. And then I got the water heater ready to go so that way my coffee would be good for later. And then I went ahead and got all my ingredients. I decided to have soba for lunch. So this is me trying to show what the ingredients are, but it's too fast and I didn't do a good job. So that's some sugar. I'll put I was trying to say how much you put in. It's not helpful. I'll put the recipe in the description. My mom got it from TikTok. So but the ingredients are, you need the soba noodles, obviously. And then you need sugar, sesame oil is what I'm showing right there. And then rice vinegar. And then, of course, you need some shoyu, which is just soy sauce. I just call it oshoyu. That's what it, yeah. They use, in the recipe, it calls for a Hawaiian one, but you don't have to use that if you don't have it. And then just water. Yeah. Went ahead and put that back in the fridge because it's supposed to go in the fridge after you open it. And then I rinsed my fingers because they got kind of gross. And then I just mixed it together. And then I stuck that bowl with the stuff in it in the fridge so it could stay cold. And then the water was boiling during all that time. So I threw my noodles in the pot. I used a full bundle. And then I set the timer for 6 minutes. And there it goes. It's really simple. Had some coffee. Those are the no face ohashi that we have. After that, I drained and rinsed the noodles using a strainer. So you drain it out into the strainer over the sink, and then you have to like rinse it with cold water, and you want to do that at least a few times until the water starts to run a little bit clearer underneath. It just gets rid of, I don't know, starch or something. I don't know. It's probably the same. I honestly don't know. It's probably the same reason you wash gohang, but I don't know why. But you just do it. And then I made sure all of the liquid was out. Grabbed some ice and put that in there to chill it. You can just stick it in the fridge as well, but I like to use ice. I don't know. I for whatever reason, I feel like it tastes better. I don't really think it makes a difference, but to me, it tastes better. I think it keeps it more moisturized. Then I took my coffee and went and sat in the living room for about 15 minutes to let the noodles chill. And then after they chilled, I went back into the kitchen, put all my noodles into the bowl that I had in the fridge that had all the sauce in it, rinsed my hands again, and took it to the living room. And then I watched Tale of the Nine-Tailed 1938 because it was research for the podcast that just went up. And I ate my lunch while watching that. Trying to really stay busy, not waste any time. And then after that, I went and uploaded my video onto YouTube because the podcast at that point had been done processing in Premiere. But then you have to wait for it to upload on YouTube, so that had to process there. And then while that was processing, so you can kind of see I did little tiny buns sort of with the clips in my hair. I thought that was really cute. But while that was processing for YouTube, I went ahead and started editing my Unpacking Let's Play. And then I went back to YouTube after that was done processing to work on the subtitling and finish all of that. I use the auto one, but I edit it to make sure it makes sense because they don't always make sense. And I think subtitles are really important for accessibility. And then I'm just showing how I have one earbud connected to my phone and one to the laptop because while I subtitle or edit, I tend to watch someone else's stream because I start to get bored a little bit if I don't overload my brain because that's the society we live in now. Yeah, but just really spent the day kind of editing away. Oh, there's the bruise. I was showing off the bruise because I mentioned it in my podcast, and hearing me talk about it while I was subtitling reminded me. But yeah, just edited all day. You can see it got a bit darker. Not super exciting, but like honestly, that's what I did. Oh, at some point I went and grabbed the Eclipse water after the eclipse was done, and I put it in a dark place. That's my little squishy buddy that I sit on my laptop while I'm editing and working. Keeps me company. But yeah, not super exciting, but thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see y'all Thursday with another Unpacking Let's Play. Bye.